We'll walk around. I wanna see some tigers. Walk around. I wanna see some tigers and some peats. I really wanna hear some squeaks. Walk round the compound.
Frederick James Buchanan Conison III, Duke of Bridgeport, first of his name. You were supposed to be the chosen one. You were supposed to be the chosen one. What happened? He did. I know. Paper tiger. Paper tiger is what you are. You were supposed to be the next champion. You were supposed to be the next one, the next contender, to unseat JP from his throne. The title has been unclaimed. It's there for the taking. The Tiger Tug of War. I thought that Fred Conan, because then when I did some initial tests with like sections of fire hose and blocks of wood, tried Fred Kona, it seemed as if he was going to do really, really good. And then we like tried to like, okay, let's make a tug of war apparatus. Let's get more people. Let's really try to simulate the thing. And he did like 1.5 pulls, really, really good. But then he just started to like really get focused on like, okay, now the chicken. And then he just became completely unfocused. Like did not want to grab onto the fire hose. Said that was fun. Did that a couple times, but now chicken. When is the chicken? And it's just not. It's not up to the standard. I thought you may have had the stuff. He don't got the stuff. He don't got the stuff. Hello, all you big cat lovers out there. It's me, Derek, again. Welcome to another super duper fantastic episode of the Walk Around the Compound webcast. Hi. Hello. What do you know? Apologies for the inconsistency in my schedule. Got some different things going on the home/family front that have a greater place of priority for how I allocate my time and spend my days and my attention. So that's just what it is. And it's one of those like, okay, well, I'll get to the filming stuff when I can. But there's, yeah, like I said, there's going to be some inconsistencies. So I'm going to ask for your patience and understanding. Yeah. I'm meat to beat. How you doing? You feeling okay? He has a bit of a belly. You have a bit of a belly. All right. There's Firebug. You know, we had a few days where it got all nice and chilly. Where temperatures in the mornings are getting down into like the 40s. Some mornings even down into the 30s. Oh, it's beautiful. Feeling really fall. But now we're just kind of, it's doing this oscillating kind of thing. So like temperature over the next couple of days, it's going to be like the high temperatures are going to be upper 80s. Maybe like a couple days like 90, 91. Luckily, of course, the air is going to be dry. So it's not going to be like, oh my God. But it's definitely not feeling very fall. That is some sort of look you got going on there. That is what, there's like some, hold on. There's some stuff going on up there. There's some stuff going on there. There's that stuff going on right there. There's that happening. There's like a few different points of interest, I could say. I guess according to, you know, certain corners of the internet, I must be like incurably woke now, because I like unironically, very legitimately enjoy both Rings of Power and SheHulk, Attorney at Law. The SheHulk would come on every Thursday for that first season, then Rings of Power would come on every Friday. I would like really look forward to the week. I'm like, oh my gosh, these are two shows I really, really like. And then you go online and there's like, there's just stupid people being awful about any of it, and I'm just like, and I'm feeling like, opinions are divided. I think oh geez, I stepped in and oh boy, okay, that was anthill. That was an anthill. Oh man, bunch of ants, no uncles, fire ants. I'm just like, wow, I got some itchies going down there, huh? Wait a minute, those are familiar itchies. I know those types of itchies. I've had those before. I think it's a few. I think it's a few different things. You know, that can contribute towards something, the phenomenon of toxic fandom. Star Wars definitely, you know, went through that quite a bit. The prequels really kind of brought that into the light. I think a lot of it kind of, it's that negative confirmation bias. It's actually a psychology term, and it's the whole if it bleeds it leads kind of concept. What I mean by that is there is a whole cottage industry of people who review content of you know, or people who moderate message places and stuff, and you get a lot more clicks and you get a lot more interaction and engagement oftentimes if you're just like, hey, look at the thing, and a bunch of people are like, that I do think that there's a thing to that, and then it becomes kind of like this yeah, it does become a bit of a circle jerk in that regard. Now that doesn't necessarily mean that that there's not certainly things to criticize. Munchie, goodness gracious, I know, talking about your favorite. He gets really excited anytime I talk about any sort of like Marvel or Tolkien anything. Hi. Munch. Munchy. Munch. All right, he seems to be preoccupied. He seems to be very into whatever the thing he's doing. Yeah. Yep, you're a good guy. I think this is the other thing too, that a lot of content, and this is a lot of the way that new content or new trends within content creation, and this is all across the board, so like movies, TV, books, and stuff like that. Demographics, target demographics for like content viewership and content consumption are changing. So like tailoring things to, you know, appeal to wider demographics, like that's becoming more of a thing, which is a good thing. You know, all that representations and stuff, you know, and there's like, there's different things as you know, it's hilarious to me, you know, and there's guys like, why would they make, like, you hear these, you see these comments, why would they make things about girls? I can't relate to a girl. What? And well, it's like, well, I don't know, like, haven't there been a lot of, there seems to have been, like, you know, a fair amount of movies that have been made, you know, about guys for a long time, that a lot of girls were like, yeah, that's a good movie, I like that movie. And it's just like, it's not that hard. You can do it. So, yeah. Look at that pretty girl. Look at that pretty girl. And then the lore purists. Ooh, definitely seen a lot of that with Tolkien. And, where, like, oh, this adaptation is, you know, is taking way too many liberties, and oh, they're defecating on the lore, the lore. But will somebody think of the lore? Where and that's why I think that what the show did a good job of it. They're not doing a one-for-one kind of adaptation. It's like, if you want to, like, you can read the books, you can read the Silmarillion, you can read all the wiki. That stuff is still there. But if, like, you're trying to adapt it, then they're going to have creative kind of interpretations for a lot of the stuff. And I think they're going less for, like, oh, well, we're going to make sure that everything is, like, exactly where it needs to be, like, as far as events and people and the whodunits and the different stuff like that. Even though I think that they did a really good job with that, I think what they really were focusing on was, like, are we going to actually try to capture themes and feelings, like the theme, like Tolkien-esque themes and Tolkien-esque feeling, which in a lot of ways is a lot more complex and I think more of a difficult task. But as far as that whole thing, I really think that they did a good job with that. I think they did. But think of the Lord. The other thing I think is kind of funny, like, this is more of like a modern phenomenon, is like the phenomenon of like the tough guy nerd. You know, like, I'm here, I got a beard, you know, I got like a Darth Vader figurine in the background of my video, you know, got my Shure mic, my Shure microphone kind of set up. I got some comic book things in the back. I'm not like your other nerds. I'm a tough guy nerd. Let me tell you something, brother. When those goblins, when you roll a D20, and they, you know what? Because sometimes the edges get a little bit sharp, brother. And they're not really respecting the lore, brother. So you're still a massive dweeb. Like, what are you doing? What are you doing? I'm telling you, like, they're not really respecting the lore. Do you even lore, bro? Do you even lore? Oh, hello. And then the other one, the SheHulk, which I really didn't think I was going to like it as much as I did. I mean, I tend to watch Marvel things, you know. I have a, you're a Marvel apologist. Derek. Yeah, it's like, you know, I give them a wide berth, you know, I give them a pass often, but I didn't realize I was going to like that one as much. And it's also, like, some people say, like, what? You know, that's nothing about, they're just trying to hate on the dude. And it's like, I did not think like that they were being unfair or unkind. Like, they weren't trashing on, like, dudes, not at all. But they were talking a lot about, in that show, about kind of how difficult it is to, you know, be a lady in a modern era. Which it gave me a greater appreciation. I'm like, oh, maybe I didn't think of things in those terms. Or that, you know, or I'd see certain scenes or certain storylines play out and be like, you know what? That's a thing that I would have never considered, you know, with the body parts that I got. Not to mention, like, this show does not take itself seriously. I do like the fourth wall breaking type of stuff, like a Deadpool kind of thing, but in a more kind of like cheerful and silly kind of way. I liked it. And then, like, you go online and like, ugh, and it's so stupid, and it can't is lame, and she is so unlikable, and I can't believe it. Like, you know what? It was obviously written by someone who has no idea about how law works. I read that. And I'm just like, let it go. Like, bro, let it go. You're getting, I know, you're getting so, I always go back, like, a lot of times these guys just, they'll rage on the forum, onto Reddit, onto whatever, onto a YouTube comment section, and then it's just like, I can't believe this show. And really what they're just like, Becky wouldn't go to the dance with me, and I gave her all of the flowers, and Becky, I hate you, why won't you love me? That's really what a lot of that is, I think. Becky! Ladle. Aye. But yeah, so, you know, for the fact that I like those two shows, like, unironically, I would get excited. That, I guess that means that I'm incurably, woefully woke. Just, oh my gosh, you know, that's why I've been leaning hard into it. You know, I got a Tumblr account. I'm just like there, just trying to fight the patriarchy. I'm just lost cause. I certainly used to, like, invest a lot more of my emotional energy into things that I just didn't like. If there was a franchise or a thing, and then all of a sudden they put out something within that franchise or that thing that was like less than, or I thought kind of like detracted from like the spirit of like whatever the originals were, I wouldn't, like, I used to maybe kind of spend a lot of time being like, I can't believe, you know, that the elves and the things, and they're supposed to be like this, and the magic is not applied in that way. It just, hi. But then, you know, you get older and you realize, like, oh, you're just kind of doing this to yourself. You're kind of, whoa. Rah. What is that all about? What was that? What was that? Zuby, are you okay? Wow. What a jerk. But yeah. I can't believe that they've done that thing. And then now it's like, okay, well, I can hold out hope that whatever the thing is within, like, the newest iteration of whatever franchise thing that I like, I hope that they're going to keep in line or keep the spirit of the thing, or they're going to present it in a way that is like still something that I like. But if it's not something that I like, it's like, well, that's a shame. And then it just, that's as far, kind of, yeah. You know, I kind of think of, like, recently, like Cowboy Bebop, the show that they made on Netflix. I was so excited, and then what came out didn't quite, you know, match up to what I was hoping that they would produce. And it was just like, it was more of a disappointment, like, shucks. What could have been? And it doesn't mean that I can't have, like, any sort of, like, well, there's this and this and this kind of critique, and I wish they would have done X and X and X differently, you know, but it's like, it's kind of like that wistful, like, oh, the one that got away, gee. Cripes, but if it was like 22 or 23-year-old Derek, oh, you better believe I would have been on some forums Hey, let me tell you something. My point-by-point dissertation on everything that's wrong, and with that Cowboy Bebop remake, and why they deserve to fail. It's so stupid, and it does nothing. It's not helpful. It's not. It's just not. And I'm saying, like, you to you, like, it doesn't help. Like, it might feel good in the moment to just be like, yeah, to kind of be like that. But then, like, long term, what it does to you, your soul, your spirit, it's not good. It's not good. It's not good. Another phenomenon, another personality that is delightful, a delightful and like fedorable personality is the superior gentle sir. Is the enlightened and superior gentle sir. Hey, look at these cuties. I am very enlightened, and I understand the people who will be magnanimous in their kind of critique, and they're like, well, obviously, if people enjoy it, that's their prerogative, and like not everyone can understand the lore such as moi. Such as I am able to understand the lore. And while I may not quite understand while someone would like such vitriolic garbage and distasteful dialogue and poorly written characters, to each their, some people enjoy inflicting pain onto themselves, and I'm not here to judge. It's like they'll sit, it's one of the most it's hilarious and like kind of frustrating, where it's just like they'll sit there and like, I'm not here to judge, but everything that they're saying is just dripping with judgment. Not everyone can quite understand or grasp the concepts that I can grasp. That, the enlightened gentle sir, is a very fun character. It's a very fun character you'll find online. It's easy. But yeah, adaptations are, adaptations have been around for a long time. I mean, they've literally, for centuries. Works of art that are popular have like gone through various reinterpretations and various iterations. And go back to Shakespeare. How many different like ways have Shakespeare been like wildly interpreted? How many different times are we gonna see like some crazy, like, well, it's gonna be Macbeth, but everyone is going to have spaghetti. They're just gonna have handfuls of spaghetti on stage. And then they're like, to be, and they're just going to be flinging spaghetti around. And that's going to be our artistic interpretation of Shakespeare. And, but the weird stuff like that happens. And nobody is going, it's not going to be like some Shakespeare critics, but the lore. But would someone please think of the lore? Like how many Frankenstein interpretations have there been? How many Dracula interpretations have there been? How many times have we seen Sherlock Holmes like reimagined? New actors, new cast, new settings, new times. How many Batman interpretations have there been? It's been a lot. So these are not new things. That, which then also, another thing that I'll get annoyed at is like when people say like there's nothing original anymore, nobody makes original things anymore, but they say that as if to say that reinterpretations and reimaginings of stuff, remixes, or and this is for any medium, whether it be literature, music, visual mediums, that any sort of recreation or retelling or remix like doesn't have artistic merit. And if you're going to tell me that Jimi Hendrix's Along the Watchtower is somehow like less than the original Bob Dylan version, then I got a bridge full of crack to sell you in Mars. Because I don't know what to tell you. You're living on some sort of other reality. I think even Dylan himself said just like, yeah, man, Jimi Hendrix is better than I am. You know, you do. It's my Bob Dylan. You know that Jimi Hendrix is much better than mine. Hello. My hair looks like coal-flavored cotton candy. And a Boomer. Boomer's a very good boy. Boomer's very cute. Very, very cute. We have an important announcement. Hey Slade, what are your overall opinions on Jessica? You heard it here first. Thank you for watching this episode of the Walk Around the Compound webcast. Hashtag Dorbus Award in the comment section below. Like and subscribe for all of your big cat goodness. And if you want to learn more about the facility or on me, you can always visit the website carerescuetexas.com for more information. You keep them tigers fed. Big shout out to the extra fancy patrons. I see you. You are so fancy, and thank you so much for your continued support. And we'll see you next time. All right. Bye-bye.
Is now over. Thanks for watching. You should like and subscribe for more Big Cat content.